This is James Helder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. I'm in the Peacock Gym today in Canning Town. With me, I've got trainer and professional fighter Frank Greaves. How we doing, Frank?
Really good, James. Thanks, mate. Really good, mate. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, now I don't know if this has been done before. A trainer gone from being a trainer and a coach to then becoming a professional fighter. How have you found stuff on the other side of the rope, so to speak?
Different, to say the least. Different. It's been eye-opening for me, obviously, from a training aspect. I remember the first fight not doing what I originally set out to do. You know, didn't follow a game plan, didn't do anything, and that would infuriate me as a trainer. Why ain't he listening? Why ain't he doing this? Second fight, obviously, nerves settled down a little bit. Boxed more to a plan. It was good. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to say, go and do this, go and do that, and now I'm in the position where I'm having to go and do it, and I'm having to listen to a coach, and so it's definitely eye-opening. It's a change. I mean, it's tougher inside the ropes than it is outside, without a doubt. But I'm enjoying it. It's good.
I think this gave you a greater understanding as a trainer, where, as you say, you're telling someone to go and implement a certain tactic, and they're not listening. You can maybe relate to what's going through their head a little bit.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone is different. Everyone either follows instructions. Some people can, some people can't. So everyone's got their own little battles that they go through all the time. Yes and no. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still going to do what I'm going to do as a trainer. But yeah, I think sometimes there's maybe that little bit of understanding between the fighter and the trainer when the fighter knows that the trainer's been there. But that said, that's not why I did it. I didn't feel the need that I had to go and prove that I could do it. You know, I don't actually know why I've done it. Probably just because I could. I had a little bit of time on my hands, and that was it. It was, you know, why not do it before I get too old?
You fought a real fighter on your debut, fighting Gavin the Governor Tate, former Southern Area champion, a fighter that we both know pretty well from seeing on the circuit a lot of times. He's had, I think, 26 fights or somewhere around that mark. So that's a real fight for your first one, isn't it?
Well, what happened? I mean, I got my licence, and obviously, because I'm not fresh out of the amateurs, I've really struggled to get matched up. I don't want to knock anyone, because that's you know, that's not what I'm here for. But it was one of those where people would say, well, I'd rather have a Becky Moyo or a Johnny Greaves, or you know, where on paper they know what they're going to get, rather than some 37-year-old who's just turning pro they know nothing about. You know, if you're trying to build a prospect up, you're 2 or 3-0, why do you want a totally unknown quantity? So I can understand it. I got matched up 3 or 4 times and then was told, no, they're going to go down a different route. So the opportunity came up, and I was actually given the choice between Gavin Tate and Nathan Weiss. And I know Nathan from in here. He was training with Tundi for a little while. And I sort of, you know, I mean, he's a sharp kid and whatever else. I thought, do you know what? Nah, sod him. I'll take the Tate match. So I got that on it was about 10 days' notice, something like that, on a dinner show. Obviously, Tate was the home fighter. Took the fight. I was nervous, obviously. You sort of, you know, you go through all the sparring and everything else, and you think, am I good enough to be here? Should I be here? Am I fit enough? There's all the doubts that creep in. And then, you know, got in the fight, absolutely loved it. I think I lost the first round just trying to settle down that little bit. The second and third I thought was really close, to be honest with you. I think if I'd have been in the home corner, I'd have nicked the second and third, and I definitely lost the last. I tired a little bit. Definitely lost the last on a bit of work rate, but it was a decent enough scrap. I don't think, when it came to decision time, I don't think Tate was overly confident that he'd definitely got a win. You know, I'll give him something to think about. Obviously lost it. Had a little break over Christmas and decided to sell a ticket and have my second one on Carl Greaves' show at Grace Civic Hall. Saturday just gone.
Now, I mean, we saw you in action on Saturday. Great victory for yourself against Dan Carr. How did it feel to finally get your hand raised in the winning corner?
It was brilliant, mate. I mean, it was absolutely brilliant. As I say, this whole journey for me has been about getting as much experience as I can. I've done the away corner on my debut against Tate. I've now sold a ticket, which is an unbelievable pain in the arse. I'll take my hat off to everyone that sells tickets week in, week out. I mean, it's unreal. Having the pressure of friends and family there, and going out to sort of, I mean, in the first one, clearly I wanted to win, but it didn't really matter. You know, I had no one there. It was a 250 quid a ticket charity dinner show. You know, win, lose, no one really cares. But this one, there was a pressure to go and get that win. You know, I had everyone there with me, and it was like, oh, Jesus Christ! And it does bring different pressures. But yeah, I got it, and it was a fantastic feeling. I mean, it was a massive buzz, brilliant. You know, and obviously there's that little bit of history there. Johnny boxed Dan Carr on his last. You know, so I got the win, and I think I got it a little bit easier than John did as well. So that was nice. I'll be able to rub his nose in it later on.
For those that don't know, obviously we can see the family similarity. It's like two peas in the pod. Your brother's obviously, well, pretty much a legendary journeyman of British boxing. They won the card probably over 3 years that didn't have his name on for a while.
Yeah, I mean he's probably my boxing hero. I love Johnny. He's just an absolute character. And I can categorically say I've got no desire to go and do what he's done. You know, a few people have joked about it, only 98 more to go and whatever else. And you know what? Even if I was 20 years younger, I just had no way, mate. I mean, what a tough lifestyle to be going to do that week in, week out. I mean, I think the most he had 6 fights in 7 weeks once. And Jesus Christ, I mean, the aches and pains and unbelievable. All of the boys, Chris Slate, Dan Carr, Johnny, they're you know, absolute legends.
Kevin McCauley as well. He's racking up the numbers now.
Yeah, I mean, Kev, what a tough lad. You know, what a tough boy. I mean, Dan Carr on Saturday. I think it was the second round. I hit him with a 1-2. The right hand was clean. It just smiled at me. You know what I mean? And it's one of them where I knew it was a decent shot. It just smiled back, and you think, God, Jesus Christ, you tough bastard. But, you know, that they are what they are. That's why they can do what they do week in, week out. I think it takes a special type of fighter to do it. Mentally strong, you know. Different, obviously it's different. It has its own pressures that being in the home corner doesn't have. But again, I mean, that's why I've done my thing. It's all part of this journey, trying to gain as much experience. I mean, I'd like to get on a TV show at some point and see what that's like. You know, it'd be nice to get in a big ring as well, rather than them 18-foot postage stamps, mate. My double bed was bigger than that ring on Saturday night.
Long may it continue. Thank you for talking to IFL TV. I really do appreciate it. Look forward to seeing your third bout announced and seeing you as a trainer and coach as well, you know.
Nice one, James. Thank you very much, mate.